All right, this is a song by George Formby, who most of you probably haven't heard of, but he's dead now. All right, it goes like this. It's about not being able to keep your hands off your ukulele. It was banned by the BBC. All right. Now everybody's got a crazy notion of their own. Some like to be out in a crowd, some like to be alone. It's no one else's business as far as I can see. But every time that I go out, the people stare at me with my little ukulele in my hand. Sometimes the people just don't understand. Some say, why don't you be a scout? Why don't you read a book? But I get lots more pleasure when I'm playing with my uke. Of course I take no notice, you can tell. For mother's sound advice will always stand. She said, my boy, do what I say and you'll never go astray if you keep that ukulele in your hand. My son, just keep your ukulele in your hand. Was strolling down the prom last night as peaceful as can be, when some young girl said, how about a stroll down by the sea? She said her name was Jane and that she'd just come for the day. She was so young and heartless, I couldn't turn away, and with my little ukulele in my hand, I took a stroll with Jane along the sand. It didn't take us long to cross a little path of sand, and then we sat down on the sandhills and I took her hand. I don't remember this part. There must be a gas leak in here, which I think you're probably well familiar with. Okay, stop. All right. It's behaving tonight. Doesn't always. Anyway. Made up my mind that I'd get wed some 18 months ago. Bought myself a book about the things you ought to know. And then about a week ago I had an awful fright. I had to get dressed quickly in the middle of the night, and with my little ukulele in my hand, I ran along the road for Dr. Brand. It didn't take him long to